Well, happy Thursday to you. It is June 2nd. I'm Danielle Wiggins with your 3 News Now morning update. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me on the WKYC YouTube page. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Well, we start with Jason for a check of today's forecast.
Hey there, good morning, Danny. Happy Thursday to you, everybody. We have some shower activity still well down towards the south. All the activity is mostly moving out of the region. Some light residual showers could stick around at least for the first morning hours there under some cloudy skies. But you can see here some light winds well down towards the south. It's kind of keeping things relatively stagnant. So we have some pretty dense fog overspreading our southern regions here in northeast Ohio. Visibility has since been down to at least a quarter of a mile and even lower than that in some spots. So again, please be safe if you're traveling south on 71 or 77. The Union Home Mortgage 7-day outlook will show that conditions get a lot brighter there starting later this evening into the overnight and certainly by Friday. Sunshine returning, mid-70s tomorrow. We'll cap things off into the low 70s by Saturday under very, very nice conditions. Warm front lift north across the region, across our area on Sunday. We're back into the 80s for the most part. Showers and thunderstorms could be likely, though, for Monday heading in towards Tuesday, where temperatures scale back into the mid to low 70s for the middle portion of the week.
All righty. Thank you so much, Jason. In a developing story in Tulsa, Oklahoma, 4 people are dead after a gunman opened fire inside a hospital there. The gunman, described only as a man armed with a rifle, was also killed. NBC's Dan Sheneman reports.
A Tulsa hospital campus, the scene of America's latest mass shooting.
At 16:52, 4:52 hours, our dispatch received a call of an active shooter at the Natalie Medical Building. We had officers arrive at the location at 4:56, so a 3-minute response time.
Police ran to the second floor after hearing shots. 5 minutes after arriving, they made contact with the suspect.
We have 4 civilians that are dead. We have 1 shooter that is dead, and right now we believe that is self-inflicted.
The shooter has not been identified. Police say he was armed with 1 long gun and 1 handgun.
Honestly, I never thought in a million years I'd be going through this, but here I am.
Outside the hospital, those with loved ones inside eagerly waited for news.
He has responded that he's okay. They all went down to the basement.
The hospital's CEO asked for support.
And there is nothing more this community could do for us than to pray for the families and the loved ones and the victims of this senseless act.
A familiar request for prayer after an all too familiar mass shooting. Dan Sheneman, NBC News.
And police in Oklahoma believe the gunman acted alone. The shooting remains under investigation. Now to Uvalde, Texas, and for the first time, the school police chief who led the response to the mass shooting spoke publicly. Texas DPS says school police chief Pete Arredondo has not responded to Texas Rangers for a follow-up interview, but just yesterday he told CNN otherwise.
I've been on the phone with him every day.
They say you're not cooperating, so just 2 seconds.
Just so you know, we've been talking to him every day.
Now, those were his first public comments in nearly a week after authorities say he ordered officers to wait instead of immediately charging into the classroom with the gunman inside. This morning, the Uvalde School District Superintendent says plans will be made for students at other campuses this fall, while making a promise to parents. No student or teacher will have to set foot inside Robb Elementary again. And meanwhile, in Buffalo, the 18-year-old accused of shooting and killing 10 black people at a supermarket has been indicted by a grand jury. Peyton Gendron is now charged with domestic terrorism motivated by hate and 10 counts of first-degree murder. Gendron detailed his plans and his racist motivation in hundreds of pages of writing he posted online shortly before the shooting. He will be arraigned today and has pleaded not guilty. And new this morning, a bill that would allow Ohio school employees to arm themselves is now on Governor DeWine's desk. House Bill 99 was passed by both the state Senate and House yesterday. The legislation aims to undo the effect of an Ohio Supreme Court ruling last year, which said that under current law, armed school workers would need hundreds of hours of training. Now to 3 other local headlines we're following. 2 drownings at a Lorain County beach remain under investigation. We've now learned the names of the 2 people who drowned at Lakeview Beach. Divers pulled 20-year-old Jesus Deval Rodriguez from the lake yesterday morning. He had gone in the water to try and help a 14-year-old boy who entered the lake Tuesday evening and never resurfaced. The teen is identified as Isaiah Barnes. There are no swimming signs posted at the beach because there are no lifeguards. Sports betting in Ohio will officially begin January 1st. The day is later than many hope for, but the Ohio Casino Control Commission says it needs time to properly write the rules and vet applications of those seeking a sports gaming license. The new law allows several ways to place bets, and they include in person at casinos, racinos, and some arenas. There will also be kiosks inside some bars overseen by the Ohio Lottery Commission, and there will also be mobile betting through online platforms like FanDuel. And a big announcement expected later today at one of our local Ford plants. Governor DeWine and other Ohio leaders will be at the Ford Assembly plant in Sheffield. They're expected to unveil a new project involving electric vehicles. Okay, and get this, there's a new $100 million expansion project on the horizon for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with new engagement opportunities for guests. President and CEO Greg Harris tells 3 News the project is coming in a few years and will be built right between the Hall of Fame and the Science Center. The plan is to break ground on the expansion in a few months, and then it would take a couple of years to complete, bringing visitors something new.
Expect that there will be a performance space in the museum for live music. Expect some more immersive, interactive activities. This museum is 27 years old. We've hosted 13 million visitors, and what we're thinking about is the next 13 million visitors, the next 27 years. How are we going to stay great? And we're doing it.
Well, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame already has incredible attractions, including a fairly new project called The Garage, where fans can play their idols' instruments. And right now, a one-of-a-kind exhibit on the Beatles that you can only find here in Cleveland. Yeah, the Beatles are rocking. Well, thank you so much for taking time to join me for this 3 News Now morning update. Our digital team will continue to bring you the stories making headlines around Northeast Ohio and beyond. Make sure you continue to check our social media pages and WKYC.com throughout the day. I'm Danielle Wiggins, and I'll see you tomorrow morning on Go, starting at 4:30 a.m. Have a great day, everybody.